Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your manifestation coach. All the information from me is below. I mostly coach in audio exchange, which is a style of coaching I came up with, where we exchange audios back and forth. We cover everything in my coaching, starting with your childhood, with your formative years, your parents, guardians, what have you. The way my coaching works is that first of all, we connect. When you email me, you interested in my coaching. Right now, you need to pre-book and put yourself on the waiting list if you're interested in coaching. But let me explain how it works. When I'm ready, when there is a spot opens up, I will email you and I will tell you you're up next. Please prepare yourself. You're going to need an audio recording app, a notepad, paper notepad, and we connect either on a call or a Zoom call. Right now, the Zoom calls are pre-booked for the next month, so most probably it will be a phone call conversation. We go over everything that you want to cover in your coaching, the kinds of areas in your life that you need to address. I would like to record this conversation from my notes. If you oppose that, that is fine too. I take extensive notes in every single session, whether that be audio or a phone conversation, but I need to go back and re-listen to it more than once so that I take even more notes. My notes are very important to me in order to map out your life, in order to be able to understand who you are, the kind of life you've had, and what we're going to work on here. After that, we exchange audios mostly. That's how my coaching is situated at the moment. The audios are 10 to 20 minutes max long. Anything other than that, I just can't handle at this point. I really can't. It needs to be one audio at a time. I will answer it with my notes as soon as I'm ready. Okay, and then we go back and forth this way. There's also unlimited emails and unlimited audios in all of my packages. Now, let me go over my packages. So you have the 2-week unlimited audios and emails, which also includes 2 phone conversations. Okay, again, I would like to record those with your permission, obviously, and of course, if you oppose that, I have no problem, but it's preferred so that I can take the notes. Okay, and then there's the monthly unlimited, which I recommend. Usually I recommend spending at least a month in coaching. Okay, 1 or 2 months. Okay, 3 months maximum. The 2 weeks is for somebody who wants to get a taste of the coaching, but once I connect with you, and if I see and I recommend and suggest that you sign up for more, I mean, it's a recommendation. I can't tell you what to do with your life, but again, if I recommend it, you should probably take that recommendation to heart. But like I said, the 2-week unlimited is for somebody who just wants to get a taste of it first. I get booked up every single day. So I recommend to make up your mind after that, rather quickly so that I have room for you. Right? So if you sign up for 2 weeks and you start thinking like, well, I think I need more time, then you can extend it. But the idea is to, book me as soon as you can, because like I said, I get booked up pretty quickly. And finally, there is the monthly unlimited complete, which is for somebody who wants telephone sessions only mostly. Now, you also have the option of the audio exchange and the emails and the texts. But you have unlimited phone calls. We do need to schedule those, of course, so I'm available. But this is for somebody who wants mostly telephone sessions and pretty much nothing else. Of course, audio is available, like I said, and emails are available. It's full access to me for a month. And again, at least a month is recommended. Also, I've just added the seminar for 10, private seminar for 10. This can be online or in person if you're in New York. If you're not in New York, we can discuss this, but the listed fee is just my fee. You will need to cover my airfare and my hotel room accommodations, okay? Also, on my website, you have the 1 hour phone session. If that's what you need to establish your opinion, if I am the right coach for you. Obviously, I have a lot of videos, so I recommend before getting into coaching with me that you get yourself familiar with the style. My style of coaching, my style of delivery, my personality, it comes more than pre-advertised. I'm a very tough coach, very direct, very straightforward. If that is not for you, don't get into coaching with me. I don't have the time for that kind of bullshit. If you don't show up, you don't do the work, if you start, challenging me as a coach, start getting offended, this is not the idea. I'm here to encourage you and to push you to get results. So if you don't get what I'm here for, maybe again, my style of coaching is not for you. Maybe coaching period is not for you, because let me tell you something. I've seen a lot of coaches and nobody does such a thorough job as I do. Nobody, but nobody. If you want to stay in coaching till the end of time, if you want to watch videos till the end of time, be my guest. I just assume, I go on the assumption that if you are watching this video, that you understand that I'm here to deliver results in as short a time period as possible for you. And 2 to 3 months out of your entire life after so many disappointments is not a lot to ask for you to focus and bring to the table all of you. That's all I ask, because I am just invested in every single one of my clients, as you should be as my client. Really quick before I forget, I forgot to mention that the 2-week unlimited package includes 2 phone calls with me, 1 hour length each. The monthly unlimited includes 5 phone calls like that, 1 hour each. And again, the monthly unlimited, complete unlimited phone calls. Okay. I'm also working on some stationery things for my channel, like notebooks. One of my clients ever so brilliantly suggested that I have notebooks to like script and take notes, and I'm working on that. I've designed something recently, and I'm also planning to design index cards, 3x5 index cards. And as soon as I'm done, printing those, I never thought I'd be doing this, but yeah, here I am. Yeah, I'll let you know, and it's gonna be on my website, and you guys can start buying those. Okay. And of course, my book is coming too at some point, but I've just been so fucking crazy busy. My schedule is insane. So I would say by the end of this year, for sure, maybe by summer, I will give you my book. It's gonna be fabulous. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, today's subject is how to permanently reverse roles with your SP. Okay, so this is for somebody who right now is in a situation where, they're in no contact, they're not talking to this person, there was a breakup, a divorce, what have you, some kind of a situation where you were the one who chased, you were the one who was so heartbroken, and it just so appears in the 3D, right, that the other person doesn't really care. There is no communication. You were the one that was more heartbroken. You were the one left wondering what was all of this about. And it seems like the other person doesn't really care, and has not made any move, has not made any contact. Again, it seems like they don't give a shit. Okay, number one, right? On my channel, we take responsibility for creating, because on my channel, we believe that we're the gods of our reality. You're a god of your reality. I'm a god of my reality. The other person is the god of their reality. We're all gods in our realities. Okay. Again, for people who are religiously brought up, this is going to be hard to hear. However, this is how it works. Okay. So, you can argue with me till the end of fucking time. This is how it works and has always worked, which is why so many people walk around confused why their lives suck. So if you just like download that you're the god of your reality, you're the decider of your reality, we can move along pretty quickly towards your manifestations. Parenthesis here, once you work on your beliefs, which is why I offer coaching for people who are really confused about who's deciding their life. Okay. So, taking the responsibility for your creation is job one. You've created something, it sucks. Great. What a great opportunity to turn it around. Now, again, parenthesis here, this is not for people who have been, really disrespected, really humiliated, or abused emotionally or otherwise by this person. This is not what I'm talking about. This is a breakup or some kind of misunderstanding, some kind of fight happened, la 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 la. If somebody abused you, you should turn around and get going towards the other direction. Work on your beliefs, work on yourself, and create somebody new entirely. That's just my opinion. You don't have to take it, but that's what I suggest. If you created a victim manifestation versus a master manifestor manifestation, it's your problem. It's your fault. And I'm not saying this in a judgmental way. I'm saying it in a take the responsibility for your creation way sense. You need to start taking responsibility for your creations and notice that if you create something, you don't go start blaming other people for it, but you get inside, turn inside and ask yourself, how did I create it? And most often than not, it will be your own ideas, your beliefs, your thoughts. Your beliefs form your world, true or untrue. So the way the other person behaved is entirely your doing. Okay, let's not say fault, but it's entirely your doing. We're not here to blame. We're here to take accountability for creations. As long as you cannot do this, you're going to continue reproducing the same shit over and over again. I'm not going to lie. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything for you. All right? I'm here to tell you the truth. Now, you can wallow in your sorrow. You can throw a pity party many times over. And you know what? It's gonna lead nowhere. But nowhere. Absolutely fucking nowhere. So you might as well start realizing. So as soon as you take responsibility, as soon as you understand where this manifestation came from, as soon as you start examining your beliefs, your thoughts, the kinds of thoughts you were harboring, the kinds of beliefs you were injecting into this creation, the kinds of expectations that you had, okay, then then the work begins. Then you can create, then and only then you can create something else. But if you don't take responsibility, not a goddamn fucking thing will change till the end of fucking time. You created this person from scratch. And I talk about this on my channel like incessantly. You create everything, right? You create the moon, the sun, and for some of you it's going to be like, what? Yes. You create your house or apartment. You create the street that you live on. You create your car. You create the other person, other people in your life. This is all imaginary. And again, some of you will be like, what? Yes, yes, yes. This is a movie. This is not even real in the sense that you are creating it. 3D seems so real to you, right? Oh, here we are. I'm sitting here. I'm talking to you. And, everything is the way I see it, and this and that, and the temperature in the room. But I'm imagining this. This is all inside my mind. It's just a movie playing out in my mind. And you're imagining me right back. We're both imagining each other, if you will. And so you're as P, you're imagining him or her. You're imagining this person to be a certain way. And you tell yourself a story about him or her. What a jerk, what a bitch, na na na, na na na, na na na. Right? So if you're really angry with this person, if you're really upset, and you keep telling yourself the story, not realizing this story is getting outpictured. If you're putting in a program into the computer of a certain kind, that's what's going to get outpictured and nothing else. If all of a sudden right now you changed your mind and you said, wait a minute, now I know why he or her is that way. I want to change the story completely. I want to rewrite the story in another kind of way. Now, by the way, I'm being extreme for a reason so that I make a point. It doesn't have to be that they were, a jerk or a bitch to you. Does not, but I'm just using a very extreme example to illustrate a point. You say to yourself, okay, so now I get to change my mind, and my mind is the only mind in the entire universe. Because I am the universe. I am the God of my reality. These are not just words. Sometimes people come into my coaching and they're like, what? What did you say on your channel? I really mean this because this is the truth. You're the God of your reality. You are the universe. You are your universe. Nothing can exist without your permission to exist in your world. How do you allow people to exist in your world? By having certain kinds of ideas, beliefs, and thoughts. Once again, your thoughts get outpictured. So if all of a sudden you change your mind about this person and say, no, you know what? I don't think I want to think about them anymore in this manner. I think I want to think about them in a nice way. Now, most of you will be so pissed at me right now, by now, and say, well, this is impossible. You don't understand what happened. I'm so upset. I'm so lonely. I'm so hurt. La, 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 la. And you know what? None of it matters. You created this situation in the first place. You did. So the only person who is, again, responsible and accountable is you. I don't want you to feel blame. I want you to take responsibility and redo the painting of your life. That's it. Redo it. Just redo it. Stop complaining. Stop whining. Stop throwing a fucking pity party. It's useless. It's a waste of time. You might as well just, play dominoes some goddamn where. I don't know. This just came to my... Not that I have anything against dominoes. Please calm down. I'm just saying it's a waste of fucking time. It's not productive. You might as well... I don't know. You might as well construct a new reality that will benefit you. This is your world entirely anyway. Who the fuck are you fighting against? Yourself. So if you're not constructing a new reality, it's your fucking problem. I'm sorry, but it is. Okay. How to effectively create this? Number one, the most important thing is forgiveness. Some of you will roll your eyes at that, but you know what? Roll your eyes all you want. This is a very fucking powerful tool. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you condone a certain behavior. It doesn't mean that you make excuses. Forgiveness means cutting the cord between you and that version of that person. Do you understand what I just told you? Forgiveness means cutting the cord between you and that version of that person. Because just as there are innumerable parallel realities, there are innumerable parallel versions of that SP, that person. Okay? I was just sitting in a bubble bath before I got inspired to record this earlier than I was planning to. When I get inspired, I need to record my audios right away. I was sitting in the bubble bath and I was looking at the bubbles and I'm like, well, look at this. These are all parallel realities. All these bubbles, parallel realities, all of them, innumerable. And this is just my bathtub, mind you. What about the universe? What about the enormity of universes that are out there? And so, truly, once you forgive somebody, you no longer identify with your creation of the past. You're no longer connected to that version. You said goodbye to it. You say, thank you for the experience, blah, blah, blah. However you need to get there, that's what I cover in my coaching. Forgiveness is a very big deal because you literally say goodbye to that creation. Thus, you have now the ability to create whatever the fuck you want, whatever kind of version you want of that person. Really important. That's what forgiveness is. You say goodbye to the creation that was there, that was created haphazardly, sloppily, whatever, unknowingly, in some way. And you say, thank you for the experience. Now I know better. Now I want to create something different. And now you get to create a different version of that person. If you want. Sometimes people change their mind, but if you do, you can create that. Once you forgive this person wholeheartedly and genuinely, once you have no more emotional reaction towards how things went, this and that, like completely, you hold no grudges, there's no ill feeling whatsoever. The best idea is to start remembering the best versions of that person in the moments that you did experience with them. Meaning, oh, remember how we did this? This was so nice. Oh, remember when he or she said that to me? That was so nice. Oh, remember when we went there? That was so nice. Only the good stuff. And you play it on a loop, on a loop, on a loop, on a loop, on a loop. Only the good stuff. If the bad memory comes up again, you let it go again. Okay? What that does is you tune into the parallel version of that person who is going to be like a completely different version of that person, he or she. Completely different version. One that's going to be head over heels, apologizing, texting you nonstop, being like on the floor, crawling on his knees, apologizing, doing whatever you want them to do. Meaning in a good way, not in an abusive way, of course. That, in a very loving and gentle and adorable romantic way. Another question that you'd probably like to ask yourself in creating this: what if he or she suddenly changed their behavior? What would that look like? This is a game I like to play with a lot of things in my life. Like, what if that suddenly happened, like out of the blue, quote unquote? Like, what if that just happened, like by magic? What if it just happened and I witnessed this change, and it would blow my mind how all of a sudden this person switched into somebody else in the best version of themselves? What would that look like? And then Either you want to script it, or you want to visualize it, or you want to ponder upon it, and just go into that state of like, yeah, I think this is possible. Now, again, you're going to have to work on your beliefs, right? So I can't, if you've got really like beliefs that are preventing you from believing that that's even possible, then of course you need to work through your beliefs, which is, again, you need to cover this in my coaching and all this good stuff. But if you've got no limiting beliefs, and you can imagine, just ask yourself a question. Well, what would that look like if this person suddenly changed their mind? Change their mind, change their behavior, whatever the behavior is, it doesn't really matter. And most importantly, what if we switched roles? Now, what does that mean? What if, like, before I was chasing them, I was sad and upset and this, that, and the other. What if we just switched roles permanently? And they were the one who were obsessed with me, really sad about having broken up with me or having left me or divorced me and this and any other. What if suddenly they had this epiphany that they made the biggest mistake of their life? And you know something? Go watch my video of transmission of thought and transmission of energy. This works like clockwork. This, if you really do it correctly, and that's why you need to go watch those two videos, transmission of energy and transmission of thought. If you decide this person is changed and has changed permanently, this person will change, but not really, meaning it's not that they changed, it's that that version has always been that way. And the only reason you haven't experienced that version is because, like I said in the beginning of this audio, is because all of that time you were playing on a loop a different story. You were saying to yourself that this person is a jerk and they hate me and they don't love me and the da-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Well, now you change the record. You put another record on and you say they made a mistake. They realized it. They had an epiphany. They had an epiphany that they're madly in love with me, that I'm the one for them. And they're going to make it up to me for the rest of their life, no matter what it takes. If you do this with conviction and with certitude, it's not even doing it with conviction and certitude. It's like, again, the state of knowing. Again, go watch my video, the state of, the God state video, God state. It's not even certitude, it's the knowing. It's the power of knowing. It's like, I know what I did in my mind. I know what I just commanded to my universe. And in my universe, this person is going to arrive to these conclusions, i.e., this version will manifest now instead of the other crappy one. And thus the roles have been reversed. But really, all you really did is put yourself back in command, where before you were chasing instead of creating. And again, you're not really creating, you're attracting. But we can go into these philosophical situations for hours. You're just picking a parallel reality in which that person has already always been that way and will forever be that way. Just like a person can be a tremendous jerk, all of a sudden they can, quote unquote, change, and now they're, Prince Charming or, whatever, the most beautiful, magnificent woman who is head over heels in love with you. The last thing I'm going to say is that you have to lose your fears. When you're manifesting something, anything, right? When you're reversing a situation, when you're doing something like this, you can't really go off of what was possible in the past for you. You can't. That defies what you can, it defies creation in the sense that that is not the truth. If you're going off of what you created in the past, you're going to continue reproducing the past. And that's not fun. If you haven't created something that you really wanted, that's not fun at all. If you created something you did want, absolutely keep reproducing it till the end of fucking time, like I said. But if you want to create something different, you can't go off of your fears of the past experiences. You have to lose your fears. You have to lose all concept of what is possible, because anything is truly possible. Like I said, there are innumerable parallel realities in which, in some of those parallel realities, many of them, the person is acting exactly as you want them to. Everything is happening according to your wishes, but you get to pick precisely the one in which everything, down to the last details, is to your liking, which is why scripting is so powerful, because you pick the parallel reality on purpose, down to the last detail. It's the most powerful technique. It's the most powerful technique. It's the most powerful technique. So never go off of the precedent. Never go off of what was possible before. All of a sudden, right now, you can decide what is possible for you now. Just a second ago, this guy or girl was a jerk. They hurt your heart. They broke your heart. They walked out on you. This and that and the other. They made you cry. Da 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 da. A second from now, they are a different person. Somebody who's madly in love with you, who don't know like how to apologize to you, bending over backwards, really coming to understand that you were the one and only person for them, and all that jazz. Anything you want. Again, you can script anything you want. You can concoct any kind of reality that you want. Manifestations never make sense. They don't. How can you make sense of parallel realities? In one reality, this is happening. In another reality, this is happening. And in another one, this is happening. And da 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 ba do ba do ba do. How does that make sense? These are parallel realities. There is no sense. You get to choose whatever you want. It's like if we're going to a grocery store and I like a certain kind of food and you like a certain kind of other food, why do we have to make sense of that? I like this and you like that. Okay, we both get what we want in our separate parallel universes. But the idea is that the options are innumerable, and that's what the point is. I'll conclude with this. As long as you remember that you are really in charge, number one, that you're not a victim, that you're a manifester, that your thoughts create reality, your beliefs, your thoughts, and the ideas that you fuel your manifestations with. Really important. That you can't hold grudges, you can't be angry and create a different person. Okay? You just can't do it. It's impossible. If you're attached to a certain reality emotionally, you will continue to reproduce that reality and more things like it. And that if you playfully ask questions like, what would it be like if we reversed roles and they were suddenly, first of all, obsessed with me more than I'm obsessing about them right now, loving me more than I'm even loving them right now, apologizing to me and making it up to me for the rest of their life, and certainly doing all the things that I wish them to do. Does that scare you? Again, let go of your fears. If you are afraid of your own manifestations, it's not going to happen. But if you let them in and conclude once and for all that things are supposed to go your way, that you're in charge, that you're the God of your reality, there is no limit to the things that you can create. All right? Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, all the information for me is below. Thank you for listening. Until next time. Ciao, ciao.